And I think part of the reason too, and I've said this a couple times, when I look at the lineup in the band, I mean, aside from, really changing a bass player here and there, the four of you starting, when Andy joined, the four of you have really stuck together. And I think that's really led to the consistency that this band has that this band really has. And what has kept the four of you together for as long as you've been, since I think Ambiguity might have been Andy's first album, what has kept you all together for this long? Because face it, man, you're in a band. I mean, sometimes not everybody gets along, but you guys have managed to do that. And what's kept you together?
And we still share the same vision, and we still love each other, although we know each other so well, you know? And especially Andy and me, it's like, for me and Andy, it's kind of the perfect combination when it comes to songwriting, when it comes to share the visions from album covers and how we want to deal the band, And it's Andy is 25 years in now, 26 even, and it still feels great, Every time we meet, every time we write songs, or even when we are discussing, and we always have huge discussions until both of us are satisfied with the song,
Yeah.
But it's always a meeting with the highest possible respect for each other. And that's the main reason, we don't call each other idiots.
Right.
We call each other friends and musicians, and we're, I think that's one of the main reasons why we're together that long time.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's, the bands that really put great records out, they usually have a lineup that's not changing all the time. And as you pointed out, you have a producer that kind of fits in with the band and is like the sixth member. I think, and the interesting thing about it, I think that's where things really changed for the better with the upcoming album than the last two before it. So it's like you got a great chemistry with that, and I think it's cool. Now, you made a switch to a different record label. AFM obviously is not where your albums are being put out anymore. Obviously, Reigning Phoenix Music. Yes. And talk about the switch of moving record labels, because I know some things had gone down with a few labels over in Europe. But what ended up when you signed RPM? What made you want to go there after kind of the other business stuff happened with AFM and some of the other record labels that are going on that have a lot of changes going on, as we can call it?
Yeah, definitely the main reason is because of that changes. It's when a record label, and we have been with AFM for 15 years. That's quite a long time. And when many things change that for us as a band don't feel right or don't feel good for the future of the band.
Yeah.
Then you need to talk, and we talked with the guys, and everything was about. So we ended the contract sooner than it was expected to end, and but that was all fine. It was good talks, and everybody understood each other's position. And the Reigning Phoenix guys, we know personally much longer, and some of the AFM guys switched to Reigning Phoenix, so it was for us, it was not that big step because we already knew the people working there.
Yeah.
And Reigning Phoenix wanted the band, and we wanted to change to Reigning Phoenix, and so all things came together. And with all that changes, we also changed the booking company. We changed to Decibel Touring. It's kind of a new setup for the band, which is very interesting and starts much new fires, so to say.
Yeah.
So, and it feels very good. Up to now, it was definitely the right decision.
Yeah, especially when things are not as, let's just say, not as easy as they were, say, 5, 6 years ago. Cost of touring has gone up. The amount of music coming out today, like in one day, is more than like, I think I read this statistic. Then all like one day's release, one day's worth of albums is more than everything that came out in 1989, which is insane to think about. But you have those challenges, and I think you have to have some kind of backing that really helps with that. And it seems like you've had that. I mean, I've seen very good, and I think AFM did a good job too with your band, where you really got a pretty good amount of publicity, for a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, go into that label because they have a lot of really great bands. So I think great move for you, actually. Hey, everybody. Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.